Okay, tell me who you are, where you're out of, and what you mainly do.
Luke Erlandson, I'm out of Brainerd, Minnesota, and we only do hydroseeding and erosion control.
Okay, sweet. Tell me, what your life was like before joining Blue Collar. And I know for you, we weren't even really in business fully.
Yeah, we did not have a business at all. I was a full-time laborer for a different company, and then when I started with you, that's when we kind of went full-time into the business.
Okay, sweet. And I'm curious, with your feelings before joining, where were you at in life? Like mentally, I would say, did you know you wanted to start your own thing for years, but you just didn't know how? Like, how were you feeling with that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to start something for a long time. I just didn't really know what, and I had my focuses elsewhere. But then, getting with you, you really put me in line. So.
Okay. So what was your revenue before joining Blue Collar? And I know that's probably closer to nothing, so I'm going to ask it again. What was your revenue before joining us?
It was, technically zero for business.
And what about after? First year in business?
First year we did a little over 250.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so how about the process of joining on with us and becoming a client is probably pretty scary, especially when you're not an entrepreneur already. So it probably seems like a lot of money for sure, I'd have to guess. And then on top of that, it just seems like, is it really doable from zero? Because we do get a lot of guys that are like, I don't know if this will work for me. My guys are already making too much money or too little money. What was that process, and were you skeptical of joining on and becoming a client?
I definitely was a little bit, but you got to bet on yourself in business, and I did that, and it clearly worked out in the long run. So
I'm curious though, what were your actual true feelings like? Because we are internet people.
Yeah.
I think you might have rescheduled the meeting with us once. I can't remember, maybe not. But were you like, I don't know, these guys are just another internet person? What was that? What was going through your head?
Yeah, so we did reschedule once. I don't think that's because I didn't want to do it. I think I
had something going on.
Yeah. But you're an internet person. It's hard to trust you guys. But then I seen the videos. I remember going through school with you guys and seeing what other people had to say.
Yep.
And that was one of the let's do it.
All right,
people are obviously winning in this. So.
Okay. So after that, after being with us for your first season in business, what is the average job size for you? How far are you booked out? What does that look like for you?
So the average job, I would say, is anywhere from about 5 to 15 grand. That's our normal average. Right now we're booked out about a month and a half, a little bit in the spring.
Coming into spring,
yep,
right? Because right now we're still in the middle of winter.
Yeah, we can't do hydroseeding in the winter.
No, not in Minnesota,
Yeah.
Definitely not. Okay, sweet. So you feel like you're probably pretty confident that we can get you a couple months booked out during that busy rush, especially with already, a lot of guys in year one, they're not booking anything into the spring in the middle of winter, especially for a niche service like you.
Yeah.
Some guys, they're able to do everything. They do concrete, landscaping, freaking hardscaping, everything, and they still can't get jobs. You're just doing, I would compare it to our guy that just does landscape lighting. You're just doing hydroseeding basically, right? Mm. And that's a totally different beast. And it's some guys will be like, oh, well, I don't think my trade will work. It's you can be even a niche trade like this year one, and we're already able to have you have jobs into the future, right?
Yep.
How much money did you spend on paid ads to get those jobs?
Zero.
Okay.
Never spent a dime.
Okay, so now my last question is, since starting with us, is there anything that you can point to, and I'll give you a couple examples, in your business or personal life where you're like, oh, this is cool. People are taking notice, or I feel like I actually have a plan and path forward. Is there any thing that sticks out to you? Somebody said something to you from that you knew, or that your family knows, or is it signing one of the biggest jobs? Is it buying a piece of equipment that you could never afford? What does that look like?
It's honestly just having cash in the bank. I didn't have a lot when I was younger, and now we're starting to get somewhere, and then big companies in our area that are recognizing us and we're doing all their work, that's a really good feeling.
Already in year one?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else you want to say at all? Would you recommend us?
Oh, 100%. It was the best decision I've ever made, by far.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Thanks, dude.